We are in the Brotherhood of Darkness. We are still in chapter 1, and this is video number 4. The names of most of the men who have tried to unite the world are well known. Nimrod, Nebuchadnezzar, Genghis Khan, Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar, Napoleon, Hitler, Lenin, Stalin, and Chairman Mao. On the other hand, very few people associate the name of Rhodes with the current effort to establish a world government. It is well known, however, to his followers and members of the arcane societies. In 1877, Cecil John Rhodes laid out his plan to unite the world under Anglo-Saxon rule. He knew he would never live to see his undertaking completed, but he dedicated his life to that cause, and he recruited others to carry on his program after his death. Cecil John Rhodes has done more to unite the world than any other man in history. When he was a student at Oxford University, he attended John Ruskin's inaugural lecture, and he was so impressed with Ruskin's concepts that he wrote them down in longhand and carried them with him the rest of his life, just as Harry Truman carried Lord Tennyson's poem in his wallet throughout his life. Cecil Rhodes wrote a confession of faith in 1877. There he laid out his plan to bring the world under British rule and recapture the United States. He wrote, "The idea gleaming and dancing before one's eyes like a will-o'-the-wisp at last frames itself into a plan. Why should we not form a secret society with but one object, the furtherance of the British Empire, for the bringing of the whole uncivilized world under British rule, for the recovery of the United States, for the making of the Anglo-Saxon race but one empire?" Cecil Rhodes acquired the major gold and diamond mines of southern Africa and used his wealth to pursue his dream. In 1891, he established a secret society. When he realized that he wouldn't live to see his vision fulfilled, he left his vast fortune to the Rhodes Trust to fund his secret society and the Rhodes Scholarship Fund. During the past century, over 4,600 young men have been sent to Oxford University, where they were indoctrinated in socialism and world government. President Bill Clinton, General Wesley Clark, Strobe Talbot, Senator Bill Bradley, and thousands of other prominent men are Rhodes Scholars. They work in government offices, in international banks, on the boards of corporations, in tax-exempt foundations, in the Supreme Court, in the media, in our universities, in the United Nations Association, and in the Council on Foreign Relations. At Oxford, they became part of an elite group that was dedicated to changing the world. That is why Cecil Rhodes' spirit still quickens and controls, and why his influence still casts a dark shadow over our nation. The third poem was written by James Russell Lowell to address the problem of slavery. The version cited is taken from the hymn, "Once to every man and nation." Once to every man and nation comes the moment to decide, in the strife of truth with falsehood, for the good or evil side. Then it is the brave man chooses, while the coward stands aside, till the multitude makes virtue of the faith they had denied. Though the cause of evil prosper, yet 'tis truth alone is strong. Though her portion be the scaffold, and upon the throne be wrong, yet that scaffold sways the future, and behind the dim unknown standeth God within the shadow, keeping watch above his own. Here James Russell Lowell described the struggle that began in the Garden of Eden and continues to this day. It is a battle between truth and falsehood, between good and evil, between light and darkness, between God and Satan. It has been going on for 6,000 years, and it will continue until the end of time. The past 2 centuries have been the most violent period in recorded history. Who is responsible for the terrible wars and bloody revolutions that have plagued the world? Why did the United States Supreme Court take God and prayer out of our schools? Why can't we do something about the moral depravity that is destroying our nation? When you complete this book, you will know the answer to those questions, and you will never look at the world in the same way again. And that, my friends, completes Chapter 1, and we will pick up Chapter 2 in the next video.